Tyler, thanks for coming to chat, man.
Parker, man, appreciate
We've been
it.
trying to do this
Appreciate
for a while, so glad to get together and do it. This is Golf Master Tyler Caruso at Travel Golf. Is that what it's called now?
yeah. So we were MyrtleBeachGolf.com and Golf Trek, and formed a combined entity, and Travel Golf is our new company name. So
I gotcha.
excited to chat some golf with you,
Yeah, we'll
Parker.
dive deep into that. I just wanted to start kind of from the beginning, where I like to start. Is,
Sure.
you grew up in Connecticut, right? Let's hear kind of your intro to golf, and if you played other sports or anything like that.
Yeah. So growing up, golf was kind of an afterthought for me when I was, elementary school. I kind of made fun of golfers. I wear Argyle pants and shorts, and I was
It's
like
easy to
laughing
make
at
fun
these
of.
guys on golf, on the Golf Channel, and who would ever play golf, right? And played football growing up, played basketball, all that stuff. Then kind of eventually middle school, I started really getting into golf. My parents bought a place down in Myrtle Beach, so we were vacationing down here. Kind of found a love for the game, and just started playing it. And I started fitting in with those Argyle shorts and whatnot. That was it for me.
Was it like you got in Tiger? Would you say was he a big influence? For me, that was who I fell in love with Tiger.
Oh yeah, there wasn't a round of Tiger Woods that I didn't watch. I mean, Tiger was out. I was going to school. I was recording his round. I was coming home, and I was there. Tiger was definitely a huge influence for me.
Absolutely.
But yeah, played golf, and then played golf in high school. Played football in high school for the first 3 years. Didn't end up playing my senior year. Played golf all 4 years. And just loved it for sure.
Did you look into going playing in college, or how good would you say you got at golf?
Yeah, I was about a 2-3 handicap. So I mean, I was good, but I never took it seriously enough to go and play in college. Went to a state school in Connecticut. They actually didn't even have a golf team. They had a club
Okay.
team, but I never really got into that section of golf, and just played more recreationally. Played with my buddies and beer matches, wager matches.
You're
$10
more
back
interested
then.
in the
So
12-ounce curls than college golf.
that's right. That's right for sure.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all.
Um,
So you finished at college. Did you move right away to Myrtle, or what? Let's hear kind of your
yeah.
transition to Myrtle Beach golf.
So college senior year, I got an internship with a minor league hockey team, doing sales, ticket sales, pretty much whatever they wanted me to do, I did. So I hung posters, I punched tickets, whatever they needed me to do, I was doing. Let's fast forward, graduated college. They offered me a job doing ticket sales. Did that for a few months. Wasn't really for me. It was good opportunity. Got some experience. Saw the, Indeed job application for MyrtleBeachGolf.com, and hopped on it.
And your parents already lived here at the time, right?
No, they actually were still in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
They were still up in Connecticut. They had a place though, which was great. So I was able to come down here, stay in their place. They were still up north, which worked out well. Just to make sure I liked it before I kind of settled into my own place. But yeah, found that. I started with MyrtleBeachGolf.com the day the country shut down with COVID. So did not get off to the best of starts with the company, that's for sure.
Right.
But here we are.
So 4 years later, 4.5
Four
years.
and a half years later, almost 5. So yeah, no, it's been good, man. It's been really good.
So you're liking it well.
I love it. It's pretty awesome.
Mainly remote, talking on the phone a lot, emails.
Yeah, so
let's hear
I mean,
of how the workflow goes.
Sales, I didn't really think that was going to be what I enjoyed, but I've really taken on a passion for that. I enjoy talking to people, building connections, and connections that I've got a handful of groups that we text. We're friends, today's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
You
We
meet up
text
with them when they're here.
I've got a handful that I do meet up, have a couple cold beverages, which is always good. I've got one that, always gets me a gift card every year. Take me out. So it's good. It's
It's
good,
nice.
and the connections continue to build. So it's awesome.
Well, let's hear kind of some more perks of the job. I assume you'd play free most everywhere, or reduced rates.
Yeah, yeah. So that's definitely a perk of the position. Free golf is awesome. I wish I could take advantage of that more, but golf courses are busier and busier, which is in
They
turn
are.
a good thing for me because a
Yeah.
lot of that is us booking those golfers. So uh, you know less golf for me, but the golf courses down here are doing great. And I think what's awesome about this area is a lot of the golf courses are putting money back
I
into
was
the
about to
courses.
say there. I have noticed improvements.
So sure, there may be less courses, but the courses that are here, they're putting a ton of money back in,
Some of the
which is
ones that
great.
I used to think of was like a poor course was Azalea Sands, but not anymore. Like their
Yeah,
greens are smooth and fast,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like there's really not many poor courses anymore.
Yeah, no, it's funny you say that because people, talk to people on the phone first time trip down and they're like, oh yeah, we're good with whatever, just no goat tracks. And I'm like,
There
well, there
isn't,
really is no goat tracks
right?
down here. I mean, the worst course you're going to play down here is probably better than the Muni you're playing at home.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's the golf capital of the world, man. I mean, it's great, and the position is awesome, and again, connections, the golf. I mean, it's tough to find something that beats this for sure.
So clients, they're coming from all over. Was there like a more location that they're coming more from? Like to me, I think like Northeast. We're on the East Coast, but you get them from all over, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we've got some kind of reports that pull where our most popular state is, and oddly enough, it's actually North Carolina, I believe,
Really?
which you wouldn't expect, but we do get a ton of people from the Northeast. That's typically why January is our busiest booking month. The new year, people are cooped up in the snow's falling. We got to go down to Myrtle Beach. We want to play some golf. So that kind of sparks the interest that time of the year, ready to get out of the house, get down in some warm weather. But yeah, I would say a lot of people from Pennsylvania, Ohio, Canada, of course. But, we're
Some even
all over.
from over across the pond in England.
Yeah, yeah. I had a big group this past June that they're all from the UK, which was pretty cool. It was a little difficult getting them to pay because they couldn't our app only used in the United States, so that
Oh,
that
yeah,
made it difficult. But it
you worked
all
it out.
all worked out. It was all part of the plan, they say. But yeah, no, for sure, it's pretty cool. Again, talking to people from all walks of life, so that's pretty
And
awesome.
and correct me if I'm wrong. Like you said, January is the real busy time, but if you're a bigger group, like 12, 16, 20 plus, January's behind. Like they need to
Yeah,
book
yeah, yeah.
early, like a
If
year
you're
out,
looking to
right?
book for spring, I mean, and you've got 12 plus golfers, you're behind if you're booking in January. You want to book 300, 365 days out for sure. As soon as you leave this trip, let's get it booked for
I
next
mean,
year.
they could probably find like afternoon tea times, but I feel like when I used to work there, every group I would hear from is I want to play at 10 o'clock, 10:30.
Yes,
That that doesn't
that is
that doesn't work
the
though.
most commonly sought after tea
And
time
there's
is the
let's
10 o'clock tea
hear
time.
kind of how that is not possible. Basically, at 90-95% of the
Yeah,
courses.
yeah. So unique to this area is the split tee. So the golf courses have a morning wave and an afternoon wave. Typically from 7:30 to 9:30, 10 o'clock is going to be the morning wave. Afternoon wave kicks off around 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Till about two
Kind of
thirty.
lets those groups overlap. But yeah, so people call up, yeah, we want 10 o'clock. Well, that's not possible, unfortunately. We want to come the third week of April, the busiest week of April. We got
10 o'clock.
24
Stay
guys.
right
We
on the
want 10
beach.
o'clock. Well, so you're going to get 7:30 because that's all that we have left.
7:30 or 1 o'clock.
Right. So it's it's definitely a good idea to book early, get what you want, especially if you're a large group, for sure.
But the smaller groups, they got time. I mean, you can squeeze in some foursomes. I wouldn't say the
Yeah,
courses are sold out. Maybe the top ones, but not.
yeah. I mean,
You can
again,
still work. I mean, like a Tuesday, they can still probably find a
sure,
time.
if you're flexible with that, absolutely. But there's some weekends in April where you want to play Caledonia True
It's
Blue,
booked up
it's
already.
sold out. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's if you want to get what you're looking for, book early. I mean,
Right.
there's no sense not to do it.
Right. Well, you kind of touched on it earlier. How much would you say you're playing down here, like per week, or you getting out once a week, or?
Yeah. I try to get out once a week. This time of the year, with the holidays, I was able to get out probably more this month, December, than I did all year, which was pretty good. We've had some good weather the last few weeks, which was awesome. So I think my gin report had me for about 50 rounds this year.
All right,
So it's
once a
about
week,
once
can't
a week.
complain with that. And like
Yeah.
December, January, it's typically like 55.
Yeah,
Maybe you can get some days it's 65, 70.
for sure.
I
For
mean,
sure.
I can count on like one hand how many days are like under 50. Not too often.
Yeah, and the one thing I'll say is the summertime used to be able to play a lot, and now it's becoming increasingly difficult to get out even during the summertime. Courses are doing maintenance, so a lot of the times there's less to choose from. The local cards are taking all those morning tee times, so if you want to play in the summertime, you're playing 1:32 in the afternoon, and it's 100 degrees out. So I don't personally have an issue with the
I
heat,
don't either.
but a lot of the times the people I play with, he says he doesn't have an issue with it, but he doesn't like the heat. Don't let him
I thrive on the heat, baby. Thrive on it. We have a couple buddies that they won't touch it, but I don't mind the heat.
Yeah.
Well, how many courses would you say you've played? By my count, there's 77 public facilities. Some of those are 27. How
Sure.
many of those 77, which spans from Charlotte to past Georgetown, how many would you have say you've played?
That's a good question. I would probably venture to say I've played 85%.
Okay.
So,
Is there any top one? I mean, I don't want to throw any course under the bus, but
yeah.
is there some of the top ones you hadn't played yet, or are those ones more bottom tier?
Um, I would say I've played probably the top 30 courses in the
So
area
the
for
more
sure.
bottom tier ones.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
I mean,
Takes a while to get out to them all. I mean, I'm missing one, Carolina National. So
okay. That's one I have not
it's
played
just a long
either.
way up there.
Do have a colleague that works up there actually, so definitely have to get out there. For you, it's a really long drive. For me, it's a
Little
long
Freddie
drive, but
couples, but
not. What do you probably hour 10 to get
yeah,
up there?
probably. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing. We'll touch on kind of lodging in a minute, but if you're staying at like Litchfield or down south to Charlotte and Rivers Edge area, hour and a half.
Oh,
You
easily,
got to
easily.
focus in, narrow down. You don't want to be spending your whole trip driving.
Sure. But yeah, I would say that's a big part of why I haven't played them all either. If I'm off a day, I'm in North Myrtle, so I'm going to try to play something within a 20, 30-minute radius. Occasionally, if I'm going to drive an hour, I want to play, one of the best. So, but definitely my goal is to scratch them all off
You got to
the
play them
list.
all. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, let's hear name like two or three of your favorite courses then.
Two or three of my favorites. Barefoot Love Course is up there for sure.
Okay.
I would say that's like my home course down here. I've been playing
Okay.
that since.
We're sitting right now. Is this the
Yes.
Love course in your
This is the
backyard?
Norman
The
course
Norman.
here.
Okay.
So that's
Four
pretty.
on Norman.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. I would put True Blue is probably my favorite golf course in the area. I love the risk reward of True Blue. Great facility. Prestwick, awesome golf course. Parker's actually does some bag drop stuff over there, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
So I mean, there's so many really good golf courses in the area. It's tough to really narrow it down. I would put Paulie's Plantation up there as well. I mean, the views out there.
I haven't played there since the redo. I think Nicholas's company came like last year,
They
23.
did. They did. They came out. I think the renovation took place in
Summer of 23, I think.
Summer of 23. So they came out prior to that, kind of plotted it all out, get the greens back to the original size. And they did a really good job. I mean, when I played out there, the greens were really firm. They hadn't really
fast.
broken them in
So
yet.
you have played it a couple times?
Just once since they're renovated. But yeah, I mean, that kind of goes back to people coming in. I mean, you're traveling in from Pennsylvania, Ohio. You're not getting views like that anywhere else. I mean, the same could be said for Tidewater. I mean, the views
y'all
out there.
Do book at the Dunes Club, right?
We do. The Dunes Club is another. I mean, you're spoiled out there. You really don't realize how great of a golf course that is, especially the back nine.
Yeah,
Host of the Myrtle Beach Classic for those who don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's awesome that with the 11, 12, 13. I mean, that's a amazing three stretch hole,
it really
three hole
is.
stretch for
It
sure.
really is. Cool. So let's talk a little bit about like the packages. I mean, there's limitless options, really. I
Sure.
mean, you can do a custom package, play any course, but
Yeah,
let's kind of hear a few of the more popular, like
yeah.
non-custom packages that you pair some together. Let's hear kind of the top few packages right now that are out.
Yeah. So people come to me and they don't really have a game plan.
Right.
I typically like to go with an inclusive type of package. You get lunch, you get beers, lunch off the menu, two beers, range balls. Uh, you know, that's a great perk. I mean, you just tell them it's
All
included.
included.
It's included. You show up, you got lunch off the menu. As long as you eat before or after the round, it's off the menu. That places like Grand Dunes or even Sea Trail now, the beautiful clubhouse. You go Presswick. I mean, you're eating a good lunch. It's not like it's a hot dog or a hamburger or whatever you want, and a couple cold beverages, soda, Gatorade, beer, whatever you want, and then you get range balls. So I mean,
Now
if
is
people are coming to me, they don't have a game plan. I
that's your
typically
go-to.
yeah,
Now
that's
is
my go.
every course in that program or just a select
So the
ones?
founders group, they're all part of that. The East Coast now has a Trailblazer package, which offers something along those lines. But yeah, the founders inclusive is a really good deal for sure. I think it's the best package that they all have
They
to offer.
have some of the top courses. Their top end courses are, together they're the best package. I mean, some of the other courses are out on their own, like Dunes. You're not going to really package
Sure.
per se with another. So yeah, their top end courses are really good.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, to get lunch off the menu at a place like TPC or Grand Dunes, I mean, it's a meal. So you get breakfast at the resort, you get lunch there, dinner. I mean, you're not even hungry.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's a
but it's a really good perk. It's
cool.
a
Well,
really good
that's a good
package.
segue. The resorts.
Yeah.
So, how many resorts in the area? I mean, you can book basically the top resorts, right?
Yeah. So I work behalf of 30, 40 some odd properties, ranging from Sunset Beach, Sea Trail Resort down to Litchfield, Pawleys Island, uh, oceanfront, non-oceanfront, golf course villas. We have some larger condos that sleep 12 guys, so everything in between, we can make a package work for whatever you're looking for pretty much. Again, depending on availability, if you're looking for the third week of April, those larger units probably not
You need a
available.
book a year out, but
But yeah, I mean,
pretty much
we
anywhere.
anywhere, anything.
So is all those resorts included like breakfast? It's a breakfast buffet, right?
So not every single one of the properties have breakfast. Our oceanfront properties do. Not our golf course villas, with the exception Litchfield and Sea Trail does. But like Myrtlewood villas, the beach vacations, they do not barefoot. But yeah, breakfast included is a good perk. And then like I mentioned, you pair that with the lunch and the beers. I
You're
mean,
all
you're
set.
good to go.
Everything's taken care of.
Exactly.
Do
Exactly.
y'all do any travel, like plane flights or anything, or no?
So we're just the lodging in the Gulf. We could get you set up with a driver, stuff like that. If you're not looking to rent a car, chefs. I've had some kind of inquiries for a private chef. We've
Wow,
got all that. So
that's the type of trip I want to go on.
yeah, and that's it, man. Like if I'm coming down on a golf trip, I want to do it up. I want to
Do it big.
go all out. That's it. So if you need some extra kind of stuff like that, we've got you
I mean, you
covered.
can
We'll
do a
get you in.
trip budget, like stay in a villa and bunk up like 8 dudes and play some of the lower courses, a couple $100 for a weekend, or you could stay at North Beach right in a big ass condo and play the top course.
And
There's
that's
wide
that's
ranging
what's really good
packages.
about the Myrtle Beach
It fits
market.
any
You
needs.
can you can do we can build a package for whatever you want. Just like reiterating off of what you mentioned. I mean, if you want the low end budget package, we can do it. If you want the high end, we can do it. If you want a
Anything in
mix,
between.
we can do it. So that's why when people tell me, "Oh, I didn't think you'd be able to work with us and get me something in our price range," we can do that for you. We can build something that works for you, and that's what's great for sure.
Cool. Well, if you were coming on a trip here, where would you stay? Like one, if I had
Yeah,
to throw one out there, pick one.
I would kind of piggybacking off of what you just mentioned, North Beach
North Beach
Resort.
Plantation.
I mean, it's a great facility. The 6 or 7 pools, 6 or 7 hot tubs. I mean,
Walk up bar in the pool.
walk up bar. You're right across the street from Barefoot Landing. I mean, you're 10 minutes from Grand Dunes. You're 10 minutes from the Dunes Club. You're 5 minutes from the Four
And,
Barefoots.
and
10
they
minutes to
and they
Tidewater.
got the cool unit,
They've got the
the
bridge is
bridge.
awesome, but the ocean front, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms. I mean, they're like penthouses. I
Top of
mean,
the line.
it's a pretty special place. So I would steer people. I typically try to steer people there. Even the houses they have on property are really good. If guys kind of like being closer together on like a cul-de-sac type of setting, those are really good. Some have a private pool, which is an awesome added
Wow.
kind of perk. So for sure,
Private private get a
if I was coming down here on a trip,
stay there.
I would definitely
Get
stay
a
there.
couple houses with a pool, a chef, drivers.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean you
living the
can't beat
dream.
exactly
That'd be
exactly.
Mitt.
Yeah. And I mean, again, like I mentioned, Barefoot Landings across the street. So you guys want to go have a night with the boys? I mean, you can walk across the street.
Well,
You don't
that's
need to
another good
drive.
segue. That was actually
So
my next question on the list. Let's talk a little bit about like some of the nightlife that stands out. Obviously,
yeah,
you want to, if you're staying at North Beach, you're not going to be going down to the Marsh Walk or anything in Myrtle's. So, what are kind of a couple of your favorite things to do here at night?
yeah. Barefoot Landings really good. Couple breweries, some bars in there. If you're staying kind of North Myrtle, I mean, centrally you've got more
Broadway.
Broadway at the beach. Crocodile Rocks is a favorite of mine. I love the piano bar there. Always a good time.
Get a
Um,
little microphone in your hand.
hey, you don't want to do that. People will be leaving max exodus,
So you do.
but
You're just enjoying the vibes.
I enjoy
You're
the
not up
vibes.
there.
It's
I
usually a good
gotcha.
time.
I ain't getting up there. That's for
They're
sure.
kind of going back and forth to one another. It's always funny, a good time. And then down south, I mean, the Marsh Walk's great. Always live music. I'm a live music guy. I love live music, so always live music. Good kind of bars right on the Marsh
I
Walk.
believe you
So
can have a beer or drink and walk on
yeah,
the walkway
you
between
you could
bars,
go
kind of an
back
open
exactly.
container
They'll put
type
in
deal.
a plastic cup for you. You can walk back and forth.
And
Listen to some
and
music,
it's
whatever.
the seafood capital of the world, or of South Carolina, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah. So crab legs, really good. I mean, whatever you want,
there's
man.
about 10 or 12 at least. By
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Um,
Drunken Jack's is my personal favorite there. You ever been there?
I've been there. The tuna shack is a good. I like the tuna shack kind of
Little bar
outside, little
outside.
bar
Yeah.
right there. Just a good little chill vibe, hanging out there. I mean, I could picture myself after a round of golf shooting that 95. Having a couple cold beverages out there for
Drown the sorrows.
sure.
But so do you have any lodging in Merle's, or is like Litchfield? I know it's close, like 10 minutes from
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So we do have a few units in the Myrtles Inlet area, but not really conducive to a larger group. Pawleys Island, Litchfield is going to be where you want to stay if you're bringing 12
That's
together.
one of the best areas. Within 10 minutes, there's True Blue, Caledonia, Willbrook,
Exactly.
Heritage,
Yeah.
Polly's. I mean,
If I didn't choose North Beach for my place, it would be Litchfield. It's a different vibe
it's a
down
little
there.
slower vibe,
Definitely kind of a chill, just relaxed environment. The Spanish moss is beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful area for sure.
no doubt.
Kind of doesn't really feel like you're in Myrtle Beach Market down there. So yeah, most definitely.
Cool. Well, we just got a couple more questions that
Yeah.
planned out. What's the best way to contact you?
Yeah. Email, direct phone number. You could link that in the description below. That'd be awesome, and be more than happy to help you out. Again, I've been doing this for about 5 years now, so definitely have a good base of knowledge, and try to help you guys out. And kind of mentioning off of what Parker said, I mean, if you're staying in Litchfield, you don't want to be playing River's Edge. Just an example, I know there was an online booking a few months ago, or somebody booked Caledonia at 7 in the morning, and they had Eagles Nest at like 12:30. Well, that's not going to work.
No.
You got to drive an hour to get there. So I mean, it's if you're not familiar with the area, you really should reach out
You
to
gotta have
a,
a
a
guy.
golf director, myself, one of my colleagues, help you out, and we'll definitely steer you in the right direction.
Cool. Cool. Well, is there? I know maybe like a year ago filmed a little few matches. Could there be a YouTube future? Or, how
Yeah,
much?
yeah. The YouTube scene is something I really enjoy. And that's something I definitely want to kind of get going in a little bit. I know you. I mean, you've got a sweet little niche going on here in the Myrtle Beach market, and some exciting things ahead for
I was going to say, I
2025.
think there might be an announcement coming soon,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I think you'll probably be seeing Tyler a bit more on the channel. So,
yeah. No, I'm
but
excited, and I think that'll be great. I mean, you've done the package industry a little bit yourself prior to doing the YouTube stuff, so that's really cool. And I mean, this is the new way of the golfers. The generation. We love the YouTube golf. I mean, I watch YouTube golf all
I
day.
walked into
You know,
his house. He was
uh,
watching J&A. He didn't even. I don't think you'd heard of them until a
no,
couple of
no.
weeks ago,
Parker
right?
did tell me about them. Big fans of those guys. But I mean, all the guys,
It's,
Brian Bros, Grant. I mean,
but
you can relate to
like
them.
I
You
just
can relate to them.
a lot of the groups are not. I wouldn't say a lot, but more than half are probably 50 plus, and they're not watching a whole lot of YouTube. I think as time goes on, it's going to keep building and building. More people going to be searching for Myrtle Beach. I mean, the
Yeah,
golf capital of the world. So I think there's definitely a market for videos here in the Myrtle Beach area.
most definitely. And I mean, I think it's untapped potential, really. I mean, I think with people, if I'm going somewhere, I'm always, this golf course, like
Right?
I'm
You want to
YouTubing a
see?
video. I want to see a little flyover.
Uh
It's
huh.
like looking at the menu before going to a restaurant. You want to
You
see,
got to see what's
you
out
got to
there.
see what's on there, what
Absolutely.
you're looking at before you go.
Absolutely.
So yeah, no, I mean, the YouTube scene's awesome and something I really kind of
It's
want
fun.
to,
I think it's fun doing too. And
yeah,
if we can get a little banter going, even better. I mean, filming by myself's fine, but if I can have someone out there as well
yeah,
that's
yeah,
in the same, wanting to accomplish similar goals. So
for
I
sure.
think we'll be out there. If there's any series or any ideas, anybody watching, let us know. We're open, probably start some sort of new series or something.
I know I carried Parker on the break 60. I mean, that was sometimes,
Ball,
the
yeah.
talent really, the cream of the crop rises,
Uh-huh.
in times of
We
trouble.
we
So
ham and egged it well. I didn't hit it great, but I
you
put
putted lights out for
I had
sure.
someone I mentioned someone at Presswick watched that video and he was like, "Your putter was freaking hot." So yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah,
It
yeah.
sure was. So that was fun. But yeah, we'll get out there, get a little series going, be playing a lot. So I think that's pretty much all I had. Is there anything else you wanted to say before we sign off?
No, man, I enjoyed this. I appreciate you taking the time out to come do this, and excited to see what 2025 has in store for us in the YouTube scene and Myrtle Beach, and
Me too.
it's a lot of exciting things coming on.
Me
So
too.
uh, appreciate it, Parker,
Cool,
and
man.
yeah,
Thanks for the chat.
yeah, man.
Enjoyed it. See you guys. See you out in Myrtle Beach. Later.